Hi, I'm Justin. I wanted to add a little bit to the concept of providing feedback in an organization. One of the things that I learned at Amazon and was always amazed at how well this worked throughout the years there was the use of leadership principles. Now, you can call them whatever you want, but Amazon called them leadership principles. These are things like customer obsession, bias for action, invent and simplify, dives deep, earns trust. If you look at the definitions of these talk about the behaviors and the inclinations of leaders and how they go about their daily work, how they go about their job. If you're trying to provide feedback to salespeople against quotas, you have functional expectations, you have targets to hit. They make them, they miss them, that's fine. They know that. They understand that they missed their quota, they didn't make enough phone calls, etc. Take a step behind that and understand, how do they approach their daily work? Are they customer obsessed? And what does customer obsession mean? Do they focus on invention and simplification? You don't have to adopt Amazon's leadership principles. I'll tell you a funny story. I was at a company a number of years ago, and they didn't have any formal leadership principles. There was the standard sayings that were adopted internally, like we always operate with integrity and trust, and those are very important. But in terms of like understanding the behaviors, that how do we approach our daily work? How do we approach our customers, our teammates? There was something missing. And so we went around the executive roundtable and one layer down and said, what are the things, when you think about your organization, you think about your team, what are the things that set individuals apart? Think of your highest performers. What is it that they do differently? And we followed this exercise and played it out. And guess what? We came up with the majority of Amazon's leadership principles, because they're just human. If you think about success and what do you want people to do, if you're in business, you want people to obsess over the customer, not competitor. You need to be competitor aware at times. And oftentimes, if your competitors are doing something that's different to you, maybe they've zeroed in on a problem your customer's facing that you weren't listening to. And so go back to customer obsessed. Maybe that's a gap in your customer obsession. You want to invent and simplify. You want people that look at complex processes, that look at their approach, look at your company's approach and say, there's a little bit of a better way. You want that natural inclination. One of Amazon's leadership principles is learn and be curious. Would you rather have somebody that spends some of their free time learning and developing themselves because they're curious about something, they want to invent something, they want to do something different, they want to learn something more? Or do you want somebody that goes home and just watches TV all the time? Like, think about who you want in your organization. Think about your top players. Now, it's going to take all kinds, and you're going to have some people that are at different levels within the leadership principles, but think about the things that are really important to you and don't hesitate to express those to your team. If you really value somebody that dives into the data and understands at a minute level what's going on so they can come back up and manage the organization with a high awareness of what might be going on at any moment, you want somebody that follows the dives deep principle. If you want somebody that approaches team members with respect, that may examine their own convictions as a way of saying, I may be wrong about this, or I'm willing to be wrong about this. Maybe you want somebody that has a high degree of earning trust. You want somebody that has a backbone. You want somebody that says, no, this is my point of view, and this is what I want to stand up for. But you want also somebody who's going to look at that and go, I could be wrong about this, and actually openly listen to somebody else. So think about those leadership principles. Think about the things that are most meaningful in your organization. You can search Amazon leadership principles and you can get a primer for all of theirs. But I would say they're less Amazon's leadership principles, and they're just good, smart business. Thanks for listening. Talk to you soon.